Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan, and today I want to talk to you all about Dandelion. Now, this show was created by the same author as Gintama. In fact, it's actually adapting his first ever one-shot. However, a lot of it has been expanded on to fill a full show. In Dandelion, we follow Tetsuo and Misaki, who are two angels working for the send-off department of heaven or the afterlife. Their job is to find spirits who are struggling to pass on. They maybe have regrets, they're maybe not ready to, and either use violence or empathy to help them pass on into the afterlife and be ready for reincarnation. The first couple episodes spend a lot of time showing some of their smaller cases, showing them working together and doing all kinds of wacky stuff to help these spirits pass on. This show is first and foremost a comedy anime because, obviously it's the same author as Gintama, and unsurprisingly, this show is really funny. It has a lot of the same referential pop culture style humor that Gintama has, while just being a generally funny show. The animation is nothing special, but it has a really funny art style that can make you laugh pretty easily. Overall, the show's really funny. Now, my favorite character in the show is Masaki, who gets introduced a little bit later on. He's serving as the sort of double agent that has been planted inside of Dandelion Squad, where Tetsuo and Misaki work. He's actually the son of the chairman of the whole sort of angel organization that specializes in taking care of these spirits. The head of the organization has a huge grudge against Tetsuo for reasons that I won't dive into, but he sends his son to try and get them fired. Now, Masaki starts out as a very uptight, very annoying character, but the more that we get to know him, the more time he spends with Dandelion Squad, the more he comes out of his shell, and the more he becomes somebody much more agreeable, and he stops seeking approval for everything he chooses to do. This show is chock full of messaging and themes that I think are actually really powerful. The main theme of this show that I could pick up was this idea that you shouldn't focus solely on the future, you shouldn't focus solely on the past, you shouldn't focus on the people above you, you shouldn't focus on the people below you, you should only focus on yourself and who you are in the moment. We have characters from all around that spectrum. We have characters who solely focus on the future, we have characters who solely focus on the past, but as Masaki learns from Tetsuo and from Misaki, you'll find the best enjoyment in life and the best enjoyment in what you do living in the moment. You'll only ever live in the moment. You will never live in the future. You'll never live in the past. It's not productive to solely focus on those things. The main villain, Daigoro, he really only focuses on the people who have more or less power than him. He never focuses on himself and who he is in that moment. He spends all his time focused on how he can get back at Tetsuo for when he had more power than him. He always spends his time focusing on that instead of trying to be a good father, be a good husband, be a good leader. And it eventually results in his comeuppance. Another really interesting and topical theme that this show covers is this idea of why human empathy is so valuable, especially nowadays, when we've seen the rise of AI and technology sort of taking away a lot of humanity's purpose and a lot of human empathy and human jobs. This show shows a lot of why it's so important that people have empathy for others, why people express that to each other. This show talks a lot about the divide between efficiency and empathy, and this show, a big plot point of it, is trying to make the send-off division as efficient as possible at getting rid of spirits. But when they fully prioritize efficiency, it results in a lot of chaos and the complete destruction of any kind of empathy that the angels have for the spirits. This show really hammers home the point that empathy is extremely important, and that without empathy, everything could fall apart. And in today's society, it's really important that we all have empathy and we try to keep whatever semblance of human empathy we can still have. Now, the show isn't without flaws despite me enjoying it a lot. I think that the first couple episodes are really slow, and while they do serve a good purpose in setting up the world, setting up the characters, setting up the general plot, it was really hard to get through them. But once I had gone through them, the last 4 episodes were very very good. And for a show that's only 7 episodes, if you have over 50% of your episodes being really good, then you're a good show. My other problem, and this does have a lot of spoilers for the ending, so if you don't want to see spoilers, skip to this time code. Daigoro is revealed to have been possessed by an evil and vengeful spirit, and that's why he has been so venomous and so evil throughout the show. But I think that making him possessed by this evil spirit kind of removes some of the effect that I think the ending of the show was going for. We've seen that Daigoro is a really, really mean father that doesn't have any love for his son Masaki at all, while he's also been a very venomous person to Tetsuo and the entire Send-Off division. And I think that it would have been really nice to see him realize the error in his ways after seeing Tetsuo and Masaki accomplish so much and seeing them be such good people. But by making him possessed by an evil spirit, it kind of removes some of the payoff that I think it could have had. On top of that, the final fight in which they all confront this evil spirit possessing him is kind of underwhelming. Previously in that same episode, they have a huge final fight that was pretty good and served a great purpose being that final fight. So when they add on this extra one at the very end, it kind of takes away some of the punch that that last fight had, as well as this fight just not being very engaging for the reasons I said earlier. So what's the final verdict on the show? Well, Dandelion is really, really good. I was super surprised by the show, as I always say with every show, but this show truly did surprise me. I went in knowing absolutely nothing. Again, something I say a lot, but the only thing that I really knew about the show was that the ending song was an absolute banger. The ending song is a banger. But when I first turned on the episode, I was pleasantly surprised by how interesting the premise was, and after getting past the slow start, this show really, really gripped me, and I'm comfortable giving it an 8.5 out of 10. This show was really fantastic, as I keep saying. And if you have like 3-4 hours to spare, the show's only 7 episodes. It's really short. I wish it would have had a couple more episodes, but overall, I loved Dandelion. And if you are looking for something that's very similar to Gintama, if you like Gintama, if you're looking for something that's similar to Gintama but you haven't watched Gintama yet, I keep saying Gintama, but you know why. Same creator. If you're looking for a good comedy anime, if you're looking for an interesting premise, if you're looking just for an anime that's chock full of a bunch of cool themes that are applicable to our lives, then for all those reasons, check out Dandelion. You will not regret it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have not already, please drop a like and subscribe. I've been uploading a bunch more videos, and I'm going to keep on doing it, especially if I get more subscribers. But honestly, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to make videos and talk about what I like. Thank you for watching, and yeah, farewell.